I don't reach anymore, but I still feel you. I don't wait by the phone now. I don't ask why or when. I stopped hoping for answers I won't get from you again. I learned how to breathe slowly when your name comes to mind. I don't chase what is over, I just let it pass by. I won't stand in your doorway, I won't pull at your past. But loving you quietly is something I still heard. I'll always love you from here. From a distance you'll never know. I won't cross lines you erased. I won't beg you to come home. I'll always love you from here. With my hands at my side, not close enough to touch you, but close enough inside. I don't imagine us talking like nothing went wrong. I don't rewrite the ending, I just carried on. You moved on into daylight, I stayed soft in the dark. But loving you gently is still safe for my heart. I don't need to be chosen to know what was real. Can love you without you and still choose to heal. I'll always love you from here without asking you back. I won't knock on surface. When we open that crack, I'll always love you from here, where the memories rest. Not the love that keeps bleeding, but the love that has left. Maybe someday you'll love again without fear in my chest. But you were my deepest lesson, and I rested with tenderness. I won't turn love into anger or pain into blame. I'll let you live freely without saying my name. I'll always love you from here, but I won't disappear. I carry what mattered and leave what isn't there. I'll always love you from here as I walk my own way. The way that we just wishing you were for it. I'll always love you from here, but I'm finally moving on. You said it softly, like it wouldn't stay. The door didn't slam, it just closed, like it was trying not to hurt me more than it already knows. Your voice didn't shift, calm, like leaving with something you practiced all along. I thought once you were gone, the silence would be new. Our silence learned your language, and it keeps talking like you. These are the echoes of your goodbye. You follow me home at night, in empty rooms and unfinished thoughts, in every half-said line. These are the echoes of your goodbye, still ringing in my chest. You didn't stay long enough for the sound to rest. I replay the moment. Now what do you say? How you couldn't meet my eyes, but I know why now. Every street, every song still says your name, like the world didn't get the message that you changed. I don't hear you call, but I hear what you meant. Some words don't fade, they just learn where to live instead. These are the echoes of your goodbye, in the spaces you left behind. I'm not holding on to you, I'm holding on to time. These are the echoes of your goodbye, in the quiet after we didn't take the love, you just took the sound out of me. Maybe healing isn't silence, maybe it's finding the heal, the way goodbye fades slowly until it's not so near. I don't need closure, I don't need why, I just need this echo to stop sounding like my life. These are the echoes of your goodbye, but they're getting small. They don't hit as hard, they don't shake the walls. These are the echoes of your goodbye, and I'm learning to breathe. One day they'll be just a memory, not the air around me. You said it softly, like you wouldn't stay. But echoes don't ask permission, they just fade their own way. I've been staring up too long. The room goes still after midnight, like it's holding its breath. I count the cracks in the ceiling instead of getting rest. Each one looks harmless, just a line, just a bend, but they spread when you don't watch, like thoughts in your head. I tell myself it's nothing, just age, just time, but I know how small breaks grow see, just like the weight of everything pressing down on me. I've learned how to sleep carefully, not to move, not to dream. Like if I stay perfectly still, nothing else will give in. The night keeps its distance, the dark doesn't rush. It lets the pressure settle, it lets silence crush. I don't panic or pray, I don't shout or confess, I just stare at the damage and call it rest. There are cracks in the ceiling, mapping my fears, tracing all the nights I swallow my tears. Cracks in the ceiling, they don't scream or plead, they just wait above me like patience with teeth. Maybe it won't collapse, maybe it'll hold, but carrying this much quietly gets heavy. And you're alone. I don't need it perfect, I don't need it new, I just need to know I won't break through. There are cracks in the ceiling, but I'm still below, learning how to breathe with the things I don't show. Cracks in the ceiling, I finally see. They don't mean it's ending, they mean it's real, like breathe. The light changes shape, morning sneaks in. There are still cracks in the ceiling, but I'm still in it. The moonlight is tracing a line down the hall, making shadows of pictures we took off the wall. I'm curled on the left, tucked into the edge, like a man looking down from a high-rise ledge. I reach for your shoulder, just a habit of mine, but the linen is smooth and the dark is unkind. The laundry still smells like the perfume you wore. It's a ghost in a bottle, it's a knock on the door. I try to stay still, try to keep my eyes shut, but the space where you were is a wide open cut. Silence is loud when the fan starts to hum, counting the hours until the sun becomes numb. And I'm waking up on the cold side of the pillow, shaking like the leaves on a weeping willow, searching for the heat that you took when you left, living in the hollow of a heart-shaped theft. It's the lonely kind of blue, it's a bitter kind of hollow on the cold side of the pillow. friend. The time is just a hallway that never quite ends. I'm freezing in the middle of a mid-July night, wishing you come back and turn on the light. And I'm waking up on the cold side of the pillow, shaking like the leaves on a weeping willow, searching for the heat that you took. Then you left, living in the follow of a heart-shaped path. It's a lonely kind of dude. It's a bitter kind of hollow on the cold side of the pillow. Just empty space, just cotton and lace, why freezing? I used to play us like a love song. Now it hurts to even tune. My guitar's been sitting in the corner since you walked out of this room. Every string I try to tighten just snaps in two. I had dreams we wrote together. Every verse had your name, but somewhere in the chorus everything changed. I held on till my fingers bled. You let go without a sound. These are broken strings and broken dreams. Nothing sounds the way it used to be. I gave you every melody. Now silence sings louder to me. Broken strings and broken dreams. Love don't fade, it just breaks unevenly. I'm left here with what we were, everything we couldn't be. I still hear you in the echoes of the songs we never finished. Every promise we believed in feels so unfinished. I try to play through the damage, pretend the cracks weren't there. Love's not something you can felt your voice holding my heart. These are broken chains and broken dreams laid out on this wooden floor. I tried to fix what couldn't breathe. Don't come back for encore. Broken chains and broken dreams. Sad songs aren't meant to heal. They just remind you how it felt. Love was real. So I set the guitar back down, but the silence chose the key. Signed dreams don't end with applause. They end quietly. It took losing you to understand this. I blame the feeling, blame the fire, blame the way my heart would ache. I thought love was what broke us, until I learned my mistake. Love showed up when we were tired. Love stayed longer than our fear. It wasn't love that filled us, it was everything we couldn't hear. We didn't lack emotion, we lacked direction and truth. We loved deeply in the wrong way and called the damage proof. Love was never the problem, it was how we held it wrong. We confused pain for devotion and silence for being strong. Love was never the problem, it was time and it was fear. It was two hearts wanting closeness but not knowing how to be here. I gave everything I had, you gave what you could give. We weren't careless or unkind, we just didn't know how to live. I don't regret the feeling, I don't curse the past. Love was the most honest thing that we ever had. I stopped asking who to blame, I stopped carrying the weight. Some endings don't need answers, they just need space. Love was never the problem, it was the way we grew. We love with open hearts, or close the truth. Love was never the problem, and knowing it sets me free. I don't have to harden my heart to protect what's left of me. Maybe love is just a mirror showing what we need to face. That every heartbreak is a failure, sometimes it's a turning place. I love again without the fear, without losing who I am. I won't punish love for what we couldn't understand. Love was never the problem, the truth truth still feels the same. I don't regret the loving, I just learned a different way. Love was never the problem, and I carry that with me as I step into a future where love can breathe. It took losing you to understand. I've cried enough for a lifetime. Now I just breathe. I smile like nothing's wrong, like I learned the lines too well. I answer fine automatically. It's easier than explaining how. There's a lump stuck in my throat that never learns to leave. I carry storms behind my eyes that nobody can see. They think I'm strong for staying calm, but they don't know the cost. Some tears don't fall from your face, they rot inside you soft. These are tears I don't let fall, I keep them locked behind my eyes. If I let one touch the ground, I'm scared I wouldn't survive. These are tears I don't let fall, they don't shake, they don't scream. They just sit inside my chest and quietly bury me. I've mastered how to hold it in, like it's something to be proud of. But every time I swallow pain, I lose another piece of us. I see your name, I feel the ache, but I don't react. I've trained my heart to stay still, so nobody asks me back. They say it's good I moved alone, that I look okay. They don't hear the breaking sound that silence makes. These are tears I don't let fall, that tremble but never soar. I let them burn my insides anywhere but where they go. These are tears I don't let fall, no witness, no relief. Just another night pretending I'm not slowly losing me. If I cried, maybe I'd heal. If I screamed, maybe I'd breathe. But I learned early how to hurt without letting anyone see. So I keep it all together till I don't know who I am. I didn't stop feeling pain, I just stopped letting it land. These are tears I don't let fall, I wear calm like other stars. Every drop I never cry still lives behind my eyes. But one day they might break through, and when they do, they won't be for you. They'll be for what you turn me into. I don't cry anymore, I just leak inside. City lights don't sleep, neither do I. Street lights flicker like they know my name. Every corner still feels the same. Coffee shops we used to hide inside. Now I walk past, pretending I'm fine. Your laugh still lives in traffic sounds, in subway songs, in lost and found. The city keeps reminding me of who we were, of you and me. Every place still holds a shame. Every road leads back to late. I thought time would set me free, but the night still wait for me. I'm sleepless in the city we share, wide awake with ghosts everywhere. Every mile is a memory, every silence speaks your name. I'm sleepless in the city we share, lying to myself that you're not there. The world keeps moving on somehow, but I'm still here right now. I passed the bridge where we said forever. Didn't know forever breaks like weather. The shadow dances in the wind, like love never learned how to stay. I scroll old photos at 3 a.m., convincing myself I'm over it then. But healing feels like borrowed sleep. Gone the morning, I blink too deep. They say places don't remember pain, but this city knows it all by name. Every night feels unfinished, like something we never finished. I'm sleepless in the city we share, heart heavy and unprepared. Every song feels written for us, every goodbye still hurts this much. I'm sleepless in the city we share, counting memories like traffic fades. If I leave, I lose you again. So I stay where we've always been. Maybe one day these streets will heal, or I'll start wishing you were real. But tonight I let the skylight see how much I used to live in me. I'm sleepless in the city we share, but I'm learning how to breathe the air. Even broken, I still belong to the nights that made me strong. But I won't disappear in the dark. I'll keep walking through the pain until the city feels like mine again. The sunrise finds me still awake in the city love couldn't take. The critics rolled, but I stayed in my seat. You said goodbye like it was simple, like love could just switch off. But my heart missed the memo, it didn't know when to stop. You walked away with your future, I stayed behind with the past. Still replaying every morning, trying to make it last. I knew it was over before you said the words, but knowing doesn't stop the feeling, it just makes it hurt. I loved you past the ending, past the final line. When the story was finished, you were still mine. I loved you past the ending, past where love should stay. I kept holding on long after you walked away. I packed up all our memories, but never closed the box. I told myself I'd move on, but time just stopped. Every place still knows your name, every song still fits. I learned how to survive without learning how to quit. I thought love would catch up to logic, eventually fade, but love doesn't follow reason, it just stays. I love you past the ending, past the goodbye. When the lights went out, you were still alive. I love you past the ending, even when it hurt. I chose loving you longer than you deserve. Maybe loving you longer wasn't weakness or wrong. Maybe that's just who I am. I feel deeply, I hold on. But someday I love someone who stays through the end, not someone I have to lose to learn how to bend. I loved you past the ending, and now I see love shouldn't feel like a memory. I loved you past the ending, but I'm letting go. I'm learning how to stop loving what's already The story ended, that much is true. But then last night was still loving you. I wrote your name and crossed it out. I keep a drawer full of notebooks, dates I never finished, words that almost found you, but I stopped before the sentence. I wrote apologies you didn't ask for, questions you wouldn't answer anyway. I folded them like they were fragile and hid them all away. They say if you mean it, you should say it out loud. Some truths are safer when no one's around. These are letters I never sent, still heavy in my hands. I wrote them just to breathe again, not for you to understand. These are letters I never sent, no address, no return. Some things don't need forgiveness, they just need somewhere to burn. I told you how you hurt me in ink that never dried. I told you how I loved you even when I lied. I signed my name too many times, like that wouldn't make it real. But closure doesn't come from answers, it comes from what you feel. I don't need your reply, I don't need your truth, I just needed a place to stop missing you. These are letters I never sent, written at 2 a.m. I said everything I couldn't say when I was next to you then. These are letters I never sent. making me soft, not hard. Maybe one day I'll call them out or rebound when I play. Maybe they'll just be paper, no one left to blame. I don't regret the words I wrote, I regret the silence we kept. But healing doesn't need witnesses, just honesty and breath. These are letters I never sent, and I don't need to. You already left, and I finally did too. These are letters I never sent, but they saved my life. They taught me how to let you go. They felt a final goodbye. I closed the door, I turned off the light. Letters I never sent, but they helped me survive. The streetlight's rhythm hits the dashboard glass, counting down the ghosts of every year that passed. I used to have a reason for the keys in my hand, but now I'm just a traveler in a hollow land. The radio's humming a song you used to hate. I don't even change it, I just let it play to fade. I'm checking the mirrors, but the review is blurred, crying out secrets that you'll never hear a word. The needle's at 60, but I'm standing still, trying to outrun the ghost of your will. On these midnight drives to nowhere, tracing lines of a map that isn't there. The passenger seat is a heavy kind of cold, carrying the stories that we never got to fold. I'm burning through the gas, I'm burning through the cold, searching for a turn off that doesn't scream your name, just a shadow in the high beams, lost in the air. On another midnight drive to nowhere. Past the 24-hour diner where we used to hide. The neon sign is flickering like something died inside. I almost pulled over, I almost dialed your line, but almost is the border of your life. And now the city's a skeleton, bleached in white, of 1,000 lonely drivers chasing down the light. Maybe if I drive to the coast meets the sky, I'll find the exact place where we said goodbye, and leave it on its shoulder, leave it in the dust, along with all the versions of the us I used to trust. But the road just loose, and the one just stares. All these midnight drives from nowhere, chasing lines of a map that isn't there. The passenger seat is a heavy kind of cold, carrying the stories that we never got to fold. I'm burning through the gas, I'm burning through the pain, searching for a turn off that doesn't sting your name, just a shadow in a heartbeat, lost in the air. On another midnight drive to nowhere. No. Just one more mile to help me forget. I reached for you, after you let go. You waited in the quiet while I stayed unsure. I thought time would be patient, I thought love was secure. I mistook comfort for forever and distance for space. I didn't see the ending in the look on your face. You asked me with your eyes what I never said out loud. By the time I understood, I was already too late. I held your hand too late when it was already gone. I said the words I meant after the moment moved on. I held your hand too late, like I finally knew what it meant to choose you when there was nothing left to choose. I replay every second where I should have stayed. Every time you needed me and I looked away. I didn't mean to lose you, I just didn't say. Her love can't leave quietly when it isn't seen. You didn't walk away angry, you just stopped waiting. And that's the part that keeps breaking me. I held your hand too late when your heart let go. I reached to what we had after it stopped being home. I held your hand too late, now I understand. Love doesn't disappear suddenly, it leaves when it's unheld. If I could go back, could I speak first? I'll just stay and hold your hand before it hurts. But time doesn't listen to regret or pain, it just keeps moving all the same. I held your hand too late, and that truth still stands. That is punishment, just a lesson I carry. I held your hand too late, but I've learned from the end to never wait too long until it's too late. I reach for you after you let go.